Hey y'all, it's me Charity here at LadyLuckTutorials on YouTube, and this is Mittens. You guys have already met her. Alan named her Mittens, but honestly, she only comes to Kiki. I don't know why. She only comes to Kiki. So I say, Alan, you want to name her Mittens? That's fine. But her name is Kiki. Mwah! Okay, so just real quick, I want to tell you guys, Kiki Mittens here is actually a rag doll. She's a pure rag doll. Look at her, she's so gorgeous, and I'm so in love with her. But today's video is going to address my past pets because I get asked this question a lot, and I figured I would go ahead and cover this issue once and for all, seeing as I get asked it multiple times. Sometimes I tell people about what happened, or, you know, where my other pets are, and other times I just reply with a long story, because kind of is a long story, kind of isn't, but it's a lot to explain, so I thought I would cover that today. So for those of you wondering, where is your other pets, meaning my past pets, my other dogs, stuff like that, I'm going to go ahead and cover that today. So if you're one of those people asking that question, this video is for you. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first pet I'm going to cover is our most recent one, which was Cindy Bear. Cindy Bear was an adorable little Jack Russell that we got 3 years ago whenever we first got married. So here's the story of what happened with Cindy Bear. Now before I tell you guys any of this stuff, I want y'all to keep in mind I would never just get rid of a pet without knowing what I was doing with it first. Every decision that we've made was carefully thought out and prayed over, and I seeked God's guidance in everything that I did, just like with everything that I do. So there's no way I would just be like, oh, you know, we gotta get rid of Cindy Bear, let's just throw her out in the woods. We're not that kind of people. We love our animals, but there has been circumstances that we have had to face that we have had to rehome our pets. Starting with Cindy Bear. We were living here in Virginia when we first got married in our first apartment. I'm sure a lot of you remember that. We didn't have Cindy Bear very long, and we made the decision to move from Virginia back to Texas, where I came from. Mind you, we didn't have a home or an apartment set up, so we were going back knowing we were going to be moving into my parents' house. In my parents' house was my pet, Tuffy. She was a Yorkshire Terrier. I left her behind there because when I got married and moved here, it was kind of a quick thing. I mean, we got married and the next morning we moved back to Virginia. I had enough time to pack and get all of that ready, get married, say my goodbyes, and I was out the door. I actually thought I would be going back at some point, and I thought maybe I would get Tuffy and bring her back. I mean, that was kind of always my thoughts, but I left her back with my mom because my mom loved Tuffy. So making the decision to move back to Texas, I knew that I could not bring Cindy Bear with me. Our first thought was to give her to Alan's mom because my mother-in-law loves puppies, but my mother-in-law didn't live anywhere near us, so it would have been a big deal to have to get to her, to bring the dog to her, and then to still pack and move. Just a lot going on, and it was really chaotic, and we were moving very quickly. So beforehand, we talked about it, I prayed about it, and I started seeking for a new home for Cindy Bear. I got a lot of responses to my ad, and there was no way I was just going to give her to anybody. Thankfully, the Lord sent me this amazing couple. I'd had a Jack Russell for years, and she passed away, and they were like desperately looking for another one. We talked it over with this couple, and we finally met up, and I was in tears. They were in tears. I just knew that they were sent from God. They were literally like angels. To this day, they still have Cindy Bear. Their son still keeps in contact with us and lets us see pictures of her and gives us updates on her. So it was a wonderful thing. A hard thing to have to rehome her, but I didn't really have a choice, and it affected me majorly. I cried for days. I know you guys seen the video of me before talking about how Cindy Bear was driving me crazy, but Cindy Bear was still our little puppy, and I loved her regardless. It devastated me having to rehome her, but I knew that she was in really good hands, and that was the only thing that made me feel good about it, and plus, I didn't really have a choice at the time. That's the story with Cindy Bear. Cindy Bear actually still lives here in Virginia. She just has a new home. On to my other two dogs that I left behind whenever I got married. I had two of them, Tuffy and Tippy. It's easy to judge someone when you don't know the whole story or you're not walking in their shoes, but let me just tell you, I had Tuffy before Tippy. I had her for a good while. When Tippy came in the picture, Tuffy didn't like it. Actually given to me by one of my cousins, so she wasn't originally my dog, and I didn't get her when she was a puppy. Tuffy absolutely hated Tippy. Tippy and Tuffy literally tried to kill each other. Tried to do everything we could till eventually we just had to keep them apart in separate crates. When Tuffy would be out, Tippy would be put up. When Tippy would be out, Tuffy would be put up. And let me tell you, that was not a fun situation. It was hard work. And I knew that it wasn't a good situation, but I loved them both so much that I was willing to do whatever I could to keep them with me. Ended up getting in my accident in the winter of 2013. You guys know I was in a wheelchair for 4 months. I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything. My mom was having to take care of me. I mainly had to stay in her bed, and it wasn't easy. So my mom was having to take care of me and take care of these two dogs that were constantly having to be separated because we were terrified that they were going to end up killing each other. When they first started fighting, we were able to pull them apart, but it got so bad that Tuffy would take one look at Tippy and she would attack her. She would bite her teeth into her so hard. One time she made her bleed, and we could not pull them apart. You could pick Tuffy up off the ground and her teeth would still be into Tippy with Tippy dangling. It was not a good situation for these dogs to be in. So my papa had just recently passed away as well. So my grandma, who's lived with Papa forever, was lonely. I thought, you know what? Let Tippy go stay with my grandma for a little bit. It'll be good company for her since Papa's gone and we're not really able to take care of Tippy and Tuffy right now. So it could be a good thing. My grandma ended up falling so much in love with Tippy that, girl, let me tell you, do not try to take Tippy from her because Tippy is her baby. Grandma still has Tippy to this day and she's just crazy over it. That is like her little pet, and yeah, like I said, there's no getting Tippy away from my grandma. Moving on to Tuffy. Long story. And this is why I say long story, because it's a lot to say and makes me emotional because, you know, I had Tuffy for a really long time, and that was my girl. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to take Tuffy with me. So I left Tuffy behind with my mom. My mom loved Tuffy. But I don't know if you guys remember earlier this year when we moved back here to Virginia, I was not happy about this. I did not want to move here. It was not my decision. But we had to do what we had to do. So we moved back here. During that time, and I'm not going to get into details, my mom got really sick. It was getting harder on my mom to take care of Tuffy. She was getting a little older. She was getting a little crazy. She was having a few accidents here and there, and my mom's in her 60s, and with her health not being good at the time, she just couldn't take care of her anymore. And I completely understood that. So you know what? Once again, I seeked God. I prayed about it. And God literally sent me angels once again. I found the most amazing couple to take Tuffy in. I couldn't have asked for anything better than to find these people that I did. It was a lovely couple, a husband and wife, who had several other dogs, and literally those dogs were like their children. They even said, listen, here's a reference number you can call the local vet and ask questions about us. When I called that vet, they said, there is no other people on this earth that I would tell you to give your dog to than that couple. She said, I could hand the phone to anybody in this place and they would tell you the same thing. Once again, God did that for me. He found me an amazing couple to take Tuffy, and even though it broke my heart, I know that Tuffy's in a better place. I wasn't able to bring her here, and I wasn't able to leave her behind with my parents. And last but not least, Baby the bird. That one makes me emotional too because I had Baby the bird for a really long time and I loved my little cockatiel, but she was left there with Tuffy, and like I said, my mom wasn't able to take care of both of them, and I understood that, you know. So yeah, Baby the bird was also rehomed to an amazing woman who was like a huge bird lover. She had other birds, and she sends me updates as well. And you know what? All of my pets are happy in wonderful homes, and they are doing fabulous. And honestly, I couldn't ask for anything better. A part of me kind of dreaded making this video because I know I'm going to get judged, I'm going to get hated on, and that's kind of understandable. And then at the same time, I think to myself, what I do or what I have to do in life is really nobody's business. But since I do put my life out there on YouTube and all of you have seen my animals here and there, I would be asking the same questions like, hey, what happened to your other dog? I know you guys don't mean anything by it, you're just asking out of curiosity, but it's all kind of personal things because with each situation of each pet, a lot of personal stories behind all of it. So I'm just giving you like part of the reasons why I had to rehome my pets. And like I said, long story, there's a lot in between all of it, and it was just something that I had to do, not something that I necessarily truly wanted to do. And definitely having to rehome a pet is devastating and heartbreaking. And there's times that I still cry over things. And I hate to even see pictures of Tuffy. I'm not so upset about Tippy because she's with my grandma, so I can see her anytime. But I can't stand seeing pictures of Tuffy or videos of Tuffy, or same with my bird. And even Alan will sometimes want to watch the video of Cindy Bear, and I'm like, Alan, I don't want to watch that. It brings back so many emotions and memories. And yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not necessarily things I truly wanted to do. It's things that I had to do. And a lot of you might not understand that, but it's just things I had to do. So now, here we are today in the 2017s of December, and we've got Kiki. Kiki is fabulous. She's a good girl, and I don't know where life is going to take us or what the future holds for us, Kiki, but we'll see. So yeah, anyways, thanks for watching this video. Please don't give me any hate, y'all. I mean, I get it if you look at me and say, oh my God, pets are like your children. You don't just rehome your children, do you? I get it. I totally do. Totally understand. My pets were like my children because I didn't have children. I still don't have children, so I love them as my little babies. But sometimes in life you have to do what you have to do, and you have to figure out what is best to do in that situation and what is best for the animal. And in all of my cases, where they are now, they were better off, and they're being taken care of so much better than I could have done or my family back home could have done. Kiki, get out of my makeup! Kiki's into everything. Kiki's into everything! But she's so sweet and so cute. So yeah, I hope y'all understand, and I hope y'all don't hate on me and judge me too much, but for those of you wondering, where is my other pets? Now you know. They're in fabulous homes, and I couldn't ask for better. And I miss each and every one of them all the time, constantly. But like I said, you have to do what you have to do sometimes, and I did what I had to do. Bye, Kiki. Bye. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope y'all kind of understand where I'm coming from and what I was trying to say and explain to you guys, basically. But I'm thankful that God always guides me and directs me in the right direction, and that He helped me find just perfect homes for my little babies. Did I say you could get on that bed? Did I say you was allowed on that bed? Did I say you were allowed in the bed, on the bed, in the bed, and on the bed? Anyways, thanks for watching, and no negativity, please, because I don't need it. I deal with a lot of guilt in life already for things I've had to do in life. So please, no negativity. Okay, anyways, I'll see y'all later. Bye.